Is Dungeons & Dragons' huge sci-fi RPG Exodus about to face the same end as Project Sigil?
Oh no, not again.
Before we dive into some shocking moves on another alleged cornerstone of Wizards' RPG future, why not hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep videos like this one coming? And then, let's talk the Exodus of Exodus. Exodus was supposed to be one of the big pillars of Wizards of the Coast TTRPG future, as it was not only being developed by an in-house studio as both a massive sci-fi RPG video game that was allegedly going to rival Mass Effect in story and scope, but also a TTRPG set in that exact same universe. But after a series of odd setbacks in the last year, including a basically unannounced stealth launch with very limited copies of the TTRPG, and the man in charge of the studio behind Exodus the video game leaving the studio with the game still very much a work in progress, this latest news is potentially even more shocking. As Renegade Games, the company behind the return of HeroScape and the Transformers and My Little Pony role-playing games, recently announced that they will be the ones to publish the Exodus TTRPG going forward after reaching a deal with Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. Now that is an incredibly bizarre turn for a project that was created in-house at Hasbro, and it doesn't bode well for the future of the TTRPG or the video game for that matter, which was first revealed in a special trailer at the Game Awards in 2023 and has yet to receive a firm release date. For Hasbro and Wizards to create a game, and as we know from the stealth launch of Exodus TTRPG books late last year, finish the system and the books, all of it in-house at their own studio, and then decide the risk of fully publishing their own product was too great and seek an outside partner like Renegade to help shoulder that risk, is frankly wild. Renegade Game Studios will be behind publishing the Exodus TTRPG books this August, starting with the Traveler's Handbook, which had already previously been released in limited numbers by Hasbro's own studio. Which does seem odd considering that we are waiting for half a year for a book that is clearly already finished, and nowhere does Renegade talk about revisions or changes. That's a really bad sign that seems to point towards both companies not really having a huge future plan for the game beyond the books that were already in production and stealth launched last year, and no real desire to invest further time and money in them. And we know they're effectively identical to those earlier release books because Renegade showed them off at Gamma Trade Expo just last weekend. So if Wizards and Hasbro have so little faith in the TTRPG world of Exodus, and given that the studio head who initially helped create the idea has left working on the video game, which still has no firm release date almost 4 years later, could the video game itself be in serious trouble? It would be something like the 5th or 6th video game cancelled by Wizards of the Coast in the last several years, but much like Project Sigil, it was supposed to be the future of a whole division of Wizards of the Coast, in this case their flagship video game. But with key staff leaving, and now the parent company showing no faith in the TTRPG that accompanies the video game, the game that was once hyped as Mass Effect's new rival, may be staring down a similar fate to that of the Sigil VTT that was supposed to be the future of Dungeons & Dragons. So what do you think? Are you shocked Hasbro and Wizards seem to have so little faith in their Exodus RPG? Let us know down in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.